Alright. Okay, so I put up a video the other night, or actually last night, of my super pet build. Really, it is the super undead army build. Because you basically will have a straight up undead army with you. And that you can create a pet out of any and every corpse that's on the ground. As you see these black people that are with me right now, these skeletons, those are pets that I've made, let's just call them pets for now, out of corpses. And there's going to be many corpses on the ground, and as soon as they die, you can pop it right back up there. See, boom, boom, and we've got them back on the gate, back in the gang with us. So in this build, you can have 28, actually like 28 plus pets. So it really is pretty super duper. And I used to love to play the Witch Doctor pet build with the Witch Doctor, but this one is just so different, and I think surpasses the Witch Doctor's pet build in a lot of ways, in that all these are physical, very physical, doing a lot of physical damage. So right there we have 8 revived with us, and 7 skeletons, 1 golem, and then as each one of them drop, and then you can pretty much revive any enemy that you kill that leaves a corpse, and you'll be surprised sometimes what they'll actually let you get away with. I've seen some big enemies, not mini bosses, but some pretty big enemies, and I thought, well, they're surely not going to let me revive that, and they do. So, like, let's try this chick right here. Let's see if they'll let us revive her. Yeah, see, we have her right there, and she was a champ. So, you can revive champions, and that's, like, super cool.
Monsters are killing everyone.
If you wanted to make these a little stronger, you would go with the, let's see. I'm using Purgatory right now, and the reason I use Purgatory is because revive minions degenerate back into a usable corpse. So as soon as they drop down dead, they're going to leave a corpse, and you can use it again, or you can use them in a what your real damage is going to come from. Your burst damage is going to come from Corpse Lance, which is any corpse on the ground. You can hit that, and it's going to make a spear. I'm using Ricochet. Corpse Lance has a 20% chance to ricochet to an additional target. This one's also good too. You know, really they're all good. But I like Ricochet. That's really up to you.
Find out what I truly am.
Let's go back to... Now, if you want to use a stronger version, increase the damage of revived creatures by 20%. So that's pretty good, 20% damage. But each revive costs 3% health. Now I'm playing hardcore, and I'm gonna go to tournament. I think I started this build last night. I got this character from 0 to 50. I mean, excuse me, from 0 to 70 in about 5 hours, and we're now in the Reaper of Souls content. So pretty powerful. We'll go ahead and do this, but the reason I've taken it off, I was using it last night, is because I am in hardcore, and anything that's going to take away from my health is 3% of my health every time I cast it, and I'm casting it a lot, and if I do get bursted down from some higher level enemies, it may just be enough to kill me. And you know, on hardcore, if you die, that's it. Your character's gone. All the stuff that you got in your playthrough is completely gone. So dying is catastrophic. You don't want to die in hardcore, or that's the end. But yeah, I started on I think I started on Master early on, just because, and the reason I chose Master is because when you're level 1, if you go into the torments, it can take you, you know, 5 minutes to kill an enemy, 10 minutes to kill a boss at that point, because you start out, you're doing 3 damage. So 3 damage against bosses on torment can be quite the test of endurance. Oh, I screwed up my... Okay. Oops. Alright, so we want that, and I want that. that. So let's just show what the build is. The build consists of, now this is really up to you, you can use any one you want. These are all good. If you want to stay in the back, I would suggest Siphon Blood, because you just kind of stay behind your pets and siphon their blood out of them, basically, to give you your essence, which is going to be basically like your mana. And then I have it reassigned to R2, but I use Corpse Lance for the burst damage coming from me. And then also you can get some really good damage from your Skeletal Mage. Now, if you want to get a really strong one, these Skeletal Archers are not bad. They give you 400% weapon damage as cold. But this one here, Life Support, Risen Mages cost 10% health to cast, but last an additional 2... No, that's not the one. Sorry. Singularity, I think, is the one. Yeah, consumes all essence. It takes all of... But the cool thing about that is you get your essence, you don't use it until you're just about out of essence, and then right before you're out, you cast this Skeletal Mage. Consume all essence to summon powerful minion. The minion's damage is increased by 3% for every point of essence consumed. So that can be really good. Now I'm going to go with this one right here for the maximum pet capability, just because Risen Mages leave a corpse behind and they don't cost too much. It's 40 essence, so you can pop out about 10 of these guys, and then for every 10 they're going to leave a corpse. You can pop them right back up with your Risen ability. And then I don't have this on, so I'll need to get that. Personal army damage taken is reduced by 1% for each revive. Horrific return, when your corpse, when you revive a corpse, enemies within 20 yards run. I don't like that one. I like this one. Revive minions degenerate back into a usable corpse at the end of their duration, which means as soon as they die, you pop them right back up. So that's really good. Skeletal Mage is going to leave a corpse. We have our Command Golem also. We're using Flesh Golem, and Flesh Golem, command the Golem to the targeted location where it collapses into a pile of 8 corpses. So if you don't have any corpses and you're going into a room and there's nothing around, basically you just pop your ability and your Golem's going to do something like this. Boom, and he's going to leave 8 of them right there on the ground, and you can just rise them up and you got 8 golems right there. Boom. Pretty cool. So you got 8 of them with your other guy there. And so that's 8 and 7 skeletons. And we're going to go 9. Get these guys out. We're going to pop off some mages here. Now this is probably not the ideal place to do this because there's not a lot around here. But I just want to show you, you can have 28 pets with you, super duper easy. All of these abilities synergize with each other, like really good. Oh, we could go straight down that road, but I didn't explain the build. I didn't have my headphones on. It was late at night. I was just playing, and just really amazed with what they're letting us get away with the Necro. Now this did just come out, and I don't know if they're going to nerf it or not, but basically the gist of the build is anything you want in the on your you know, your primary. And then on corpses, I'm using Corpse Lance, and that's just great because any corpses on the ground I can pop up, and those are going to shoot spears that ricochet into the enemy, and they do heavy damage. That's 1750% weapon damage as physical. It's pure physical damage. It's a very physical build. And then you can pop your mages as much essence as you have. It's only 40 a pop. You can pop these guys off. Skeletal Mage is going to be your secondary, and you're going to use Gift of Death. So when they die, they're going to leave another corpse. And then on this one, I'm using skeletons, command skeletons, and on that one, I like Enforcer. You can really use any of these you want to. That Frenzy's pretty good. Dark Mending, Freezing, Kill Command. Now command your skeletons to explode. Pretty cool, but I don't, you know, you can use any one you want though. It's just totally up to you. Now there's something really cool into this Land of the Dead as well, where all corpse skills can be used at will for 10 seconds, but it only lasts 10 seconds and it takes 2 minutes to cool down. I don't like to wait 2 minutes. I like to boom, 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 pop my abilities and spam the shit out of them. And I like to get maximum potential. And I can't do that when I gotta wait 2 minutes to pop an ability. And no matter how strong it is, it's never been strong enough to justify waiting 2 minutes to use it again. When you're in a mob of 300 enemies, I don't like to wait 2 minutes. So that's my reasoning. And then we're also going to go for Command Golem, and that's Flesh Golem, which is going to leave 8 corpses behind for you to use. It's really awesome. I already told you Command Skeletons. And then the last one is Purgatory under the Revive, and that's under Corpses. So really it's a corpse build, but I call this my undead army build. But it is a super duper pet build. You can pop out as many mages that you want, as long as you have the essence to feed them. And anytime you need corpses, if there aren't any on the ground, you can always get your golem to do that number right there, and then pop those 8 up right there. So right here we've got the 10, 7, and 1. That's 18 little guys, and then for each enemy we kill, they're going to drop a corpse. And we can bring them up too. Now, when you've got weak enemies, you may not want to always use your revive, but really, from what I've seen, revive doesn't cost anything. Matter of fact, let's just find out about that to be sure. Alright, let's go over here. Target an area, revive up to 10 corpses within 20 yards for 19 seconds. Yeah, it doesn't cost any essence. That's awesome. You can revive things no matter what you have. If you have no essence, there's still going to be corpses. And if there aren't, you can always pop your golem on the ground and bring them right back up. Boom. We're back up to 10, 7, and... but anyway, this build, you can have... I got another video up where I was just kind of running around the... I think it was the Field of Miseries up on the secondary of that. And man, the army I had with me was just stupid. And I mean, you can literally run around the 28 plus enemies. I mean, minions. 28 plus minions on your side. And it's just cool shit. You can stay back and siphon, or you can do the scythe. You know, it really doesn't matter. That's completely up to your discretion. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to get right up in there in the front with your scythe and get hands-on? Do you want to stay back and siphon? Also, you could stay back or kind of get up in the front with bone spikes. Bone spikes is pretty cool. You can just kind of sit there and use your spikes. I tend to like the second one, which is bone pillars. It gives you a bigger one, and these will come out up to, I think, 3 deep or so. They may come out a little bit more. You may be able to get more in that. But, yeah, this is like the super new badass necromancer pet build. Anyway, that's my explanation of the build, my little update, because I didn't really explain it. I would just encourage you to go get yours and try it and check it out, and then let me know in the comments what you've come up with. Also, this is probably not fully optimized, but I did play with this for, like I say, probably now I've played with it about 8 hours in between the 2 necromancers that I have, and I think in that time I've come up with what I think is the optimal, you know, and I haven't even got into legendaries yet. So I mean, I'm just rocking right now basic stuff, rare stuff. I've got just a couple legendaries. I've got the necklace, the Deathseer's cowl. Now this is just a vigilante belt, and these not at all do these complement my build. These are just random things that I've come up with in my playthrough. So once I do discover the new legendaries that are going to complement and synergize with the necromancer's abilities, I will damn sure do an update and let you know just how we can really optimize this, bring this pet build to its optimal ability. I'll let you know. But just out of your basic abilities that you get in game, this is what you're going to want to use, and I'm telling you, it works super, super good, and it's a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for coming and checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to leave me a like, I won't be mad at you. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy.